Hey, what's going on, everyone? Tilt Baseball here. Just wanted to do a breakdown today of Nick Kurtz. He is having an amazing season. He's now, I think, the favorite to win AL Rookie of the Year, and so many great things that he does in his swing. But before we do that, let's take a look at his Savant profile as well as his bat tracking metrics. So, one thing that you can see here is he does whiff and strike out a lot, but he does not chase more than the average player. In fact, he chases less than the average player. And what that's saying is he's attacking balls in the zone. He's trying to do damage. He's not selling out for contact, and he still walks at a decent rate. He's above average in the 73rd percentile in walk rate. But he does swing the bat incredibly hard. He elevates the ball. And when he does elevate the ball, he's hitting it hard. As you can see by this barrel percentage, he is finding the barrel at a very high rate. So now let's take a look at his swing path. This was one of the few swings that they had on file on Savant. As you can see, he does get more tilt than the average baseball player in the MLB. And that kind of contextualizes why he's swinging and missing so much. So when you have a steeper path, you are going to see, generally speaking, some whiff issues, right? You are going to strike out a little bit more. However, it is going to be easier for you to elevate and find barrels. So when you are hitting the ball hard, you are tending to put the ball in the air. And when you're swinging the bat 78 miles an hour, you are going to hit the ball very, very far when you put it in the air. Another thing, he is not really having a bias towards swinging around or pushing the ball to left. He's pretty up the middle. Again, that's relative to how much tilt he gets. So the more tilt you get, the easier it is to keep your barrel through the ball and through the zone. Whereas if you're flatter, you're going to see more of that carousel path where you might see more of that pull bias or that push bias towards the opposite field. And again, as you can see, he is very steep through contact with a 13 attack angle, which is above MLB average. So again, if you are going to be steeper, you better have a good eye. You better not be chasing, knowing your swing. But it will help you elevate the ball, especially lower in the zone. All right, so now let's take a look at a couple of the swings from his 4-homer game. On the left, we have his homer in the second inning. And on the right, I believe it's his 3rd homer. Okay, two very different pitches. This one on the left, it's a curveball down in a way that he kind of almost like whips it the other way over the Crawford seats. Whereas this one on the right, that's that fastball up and in 97 miles an hour that he just turns on. Okay, and so if you want to be a good hitter, you need to master your bias, right? If you are somebody who's more vertical, you need to master balls lower half in the zone, okay, below the belt. If you're someone that's flatter, you need to be able to kind of crush balls up in the zone. If you want to be an exceptional hitter, you have to do both. And right now, what this guy in Sacramento is doing on the A's, he is mastering both. Okay, so let's take a look here. All right, as you can see, really good stretch. You start to see this hip slide a little bit. Okay, this is very common with really good hitters. You start to see this hip slide. This is just an adjustability cue for that off-speed pitch. Okay, once that front foot is in the ground, okay, he's tilting, getting that rearward turn. Okay, barrel working this way. Rearward turn. Up through the ball. See ya. One more time. Love how that knob is down to the catcher. Okay, this is going to create space for him to work rearward. That elbow pointed inward a little bit, right? So what you see in a lot of guys who have a more flat bat path is that elbow likes to be kind of more pointed towards the opposite field dugout. Not him. He's pointing that one a little more down to the ground, helping him stay vertical through this curveball and just stay through it the other way. What a great swing. Okay. Now, this is probably where he'll struggle mostly if he continues with that steeper path. But when you're on, you're on. And you can see the difference here. First off, look at this load. This is not a weight shift back, guys. This is him staying stacked on his back leg. Okay, he's completely stacked here. He's creating tension and then creating a stretch. Okay, so look at that stretch, right? He's building a stretch between this point, okay, and this point. Okay, stretch, stretch. Recognizes fastball, puts that foot down. Look how quick he gets on plane here, okay? So this is him flattening out real quick. Recognizes the high fastball. Let me just get flat. Okay, so when we want to get flatter, this knob, okay, instead of working down towards the catcher, it's going to flip up and kind of point almost towards the camera here. You'll see it. So he's going to get that rearward turn. Look at that. Gets on plane early. Still has that rearward turn. So he's still turning high and connected. Okay. He just has less tilt. Less tilt. Okay. So let's get to kind of similar positions here. Okay. That back hip is turned. Okay. That's probably about the same. Okay. So what the best of the best can do, right, is they can match bat on ball with the plane. But the key is Nick Kurtz is not doing it with his hands. He's doing it with his body. All right. Low pitch, off speed, gets a little more in that front side. Really good tilt. Okay. Here we're going to see a little less tilt. A little less tilt. And that's what you have to do, right? But his space between his hands and his shoulders, okay, it's about the same. All he's changing is that angle. All right, and then we run it. Boom. Just crushed. And so if the A's can continue to develop Nick and have him cut down that chase rate, especially on balls up in the zone, they're really going to have something special. Thank you guys so much for watching this breakdown. If you liked it, please give me a follow, like the video, and I will see you guys next time.